What is going on, guys? This is Squirrel here, and I'm bringing you guys commentary just over some MW3 gameplay I got a while ago on Dome. It's extremely campy, but I really don't give a crap. So I'll just do this gameplay because I'm mostly just gonna focus on what I'm sharing right now. So about maybe 3 weeks ago, I got, yeah, that's lag. That was before I fixed my PVR, which I did fix. I fixed it, which is great. So I did manage to fix it, but the next couple gameplays that you'll get, depending on how many times they skip, I might not use them if they skip a lot. I might just re-record them. So what happened about 3 weeks ago is I was doing parkour, which I do. Parkour is probably one of my main hobbies that I love to do. Like, I love parkour. Instead of doing a sport, I do parkour. And I would say I'm good at it. Like, I don't know. I'm only like 14 and I can do a flyaway. So I would say I'm pretty good. Like, flyaway onto solid ground, like onto a mat, I can do a flyaway. I did a wall, and I've done a wall flip too. Now, the same day I did those, like, probably people don't even know what those are, so just Google them. But I was doing this move called a lache, and I kind of swung. It's where you like swing on a bar, and then you launch yourself like across a gap and land on the next bar. So it's like a bar gap, and so I did the gap. I've pretty much made the same gap like every time, and it's a pretty, I would say for me it's pretty easy, but for most people it isn't. And I was trying to show someone how you're supposed to do it because he had like tried to do it a bunch of times and he couldn't get it. So I tried to show him how to do it, and what happened was while I was launching off the bar, I slipped off of it, fell down, and I landed on my wrist. Now, normally I would have just been like, oh god, oh, I'm okay. But instead, I lift up my wrist, and my hand, so pretty much my wrist looks like a Z. My hand is about 1.5 inches above the rest of my wrist. So I instantly knew something was wrong because my arm was bent. I kind of screamed, and then I waited about like 15 minutes and I got picked up by an ambulance. Most painful fucking ambulance ride I've ever. No, actually no, it was just first time I've ever been in an ambulance, but it was the most painful thing ever. Just because we like attached my arm to this little like pool noodle thing, and it was like, and it really helped. Like, we taped my arm to it, and it helped. Because my arm didn't move because of it, but it was extremely painful because the thing helped so much. So if Ian is watching this video, if my friend Ian's watching this video, I thank him for giving me that, for like finding that thing, because it was extremely helpful. And the best part was that, or well, not best part, actually, the worst part was that that thing was terrible in one way because it was so painful, but that's because it was pushing the bone back in place slowly, so it was extremely painful. And then, so now, like, for the past 3 weeks, I've been kind of doing stuff really, I don't know, epic time lapse, and I have a new gun. That's how I roll. So, one of the stuff I've been doing is I played Minecraft a lot, like a ton, when I first broke it, but actually, before that, no, I'm not even going to talk about that part yet. So after I broke it, I was in the hospital, and then I had a reaction because the morphine they gave me did not work. So they gave me a bunch of morphine, and then they gave me this type of like super Motrin or whatever, and they gave me a ton of morphine and a ton of this stuff, and none of it worked. So I was in a ton of pain, and then I was pretty much in a ton of pain until they took that thing that was pushing the bone in off. And once they took that off, I was pretty good. And then and they had this guy came in. He was an orthopedist, and he had to push the bone back in. And then the best part, well, actually not the best part. The best part was probably after, when I had the cast off, and I just woke up with the cast and then just with the cast like on, and I had like this blue cast on because it was like the only color they had, whatever. And after that, I pretty much had a cast on for about 2 weeks, and I didn't really play Xbox that much until like maybe 4 days before I had to get a new cast. I had to get a second cast, cause like I got the original cast, and then I had to lose that cast like after, and it wasn't just that. It was that it was because the bone kind of slipped back into place, so it had to be pushed back. And when the bone had to be pushed back, it was like, it was pretty it was like they kind of treated it like surgery in the hospital, but all they really did was just push it back in place. But the funniest thing about that little operation I had in the hospital, like about 2 weeks after, was that the funniest thing about that was that they said it would probably be a 10 to 20 minute operation. So they put me on the operating table and they put me to sleep. I wake up 3 hours later. I have no idea what happened. No recollection of what happened during that time because my bone was being broken. Apparently, I had I had regrown bones, and I had so much muscle. Like I had a lot of really tough muscle that the guy had to get past the muscle. And he even said, like, last time I saw him, like last week, that his thumbs were still sore from pushing it in. It took him 40 minutes to push the bone, to re-break the bone and push it in. It took him 40 minutes instead of like 10. It's pretty awesome though to know that I have that much muscle. And oh wow, this gameplay is coming up to a close right now. I could keep talking, or I could just, I'll turn this into a 2-part video. So I hope I can get back more into editing. Or actually, yeah, I uploaded a montage recently because I got Sony Vegas Pro. That's why this gameplay isn't really high quality. It should be. It's because I got Sony Vegas Pro 11, I guess, because my dad was really sympathetic, so I got some sympathy points. I got this, and so I have something to do now. I have made a montage. Check that out. Link in the description. Comment, rate, subscribe. My name is Squirrel. Peace.